July 5th is usually regarded as like the worst day of the year for pyros because, you know, you lit everything and you're depressed. Well, I didn't light everything, but I lit quite a bit of stuff, and now you gotta wait a whole year. But I found a way a couple of years ago to kind of get rid of that. So I went to an open TNT stand that was offering a 30% discount on some stuff and ended up picking up some more fireworks. Now, you know, you get a 30% discount, but you pull up there, you know, it's what's left. You never know what you're truly going to get, so it's impossible to make a list. It's kind of fun, actually, just picking out. It's like, okay, well, give me this, and, you know, you just pick out what you can, and etc. I remember last year I did this. I got a Crypto, a Fruit Bowl, and a Silent Insanity. I like to use this time to pick up stuff that I think is good, but just overpriced. But anyways, they had some stuff left. They had a few assortment packs, like they had a couple of Perfect Shows, some All-Americans, etc. I didn't pick up any of these. I just stuck to single items. One of the best deals they had was opening show, but you know what? I didn't want to spend, like, I mean, even 30% off, I didn't want to spend like $60 on one fountain, but like that was a good deal. But I picked up some stuff. So, what did I grab? Well, first up, they had some of these left, so I had to grab them. Tiny Titan, these were new for this year. To be honest with you, I thought these were a bit overhyped, but they are pretty good. So now, as you can see, I got 3 of them, which is more than I had ever. So, 20% off. These came out to, including tax. Well, actually, we're going to go not including tax. So with 30% off, these were $11.20 for the BOGO. Honestly, looking back, I probably should have grabbed more of them, but I didn't. Oh well. Next thing I picked out. Laka Laka. This is basically Wild Side, but it has the flashing skull. It's not, I think it's this one. Yeah. It doesn't say which skull flashes. There's 2 skulls, but it's basically Wild Side with the skull flashing. And normal price on it is $46.99, which is kind of steep, honestly. But you get the 30% discount. I have no idea what the 30% discount was on this, but it's a heck of a lot better than $46.99. I'll tell you that. So I grabbed it. It was the last one they had. I said, okay, now or never. I got to try it. So decided to light this off next year. That's the only other thing that sucks about buying stuff on July 5th. You got to wait like a whole year to light it. Next thing I chose to grab was Eternal Eruption. This is one of those items that I was telling you is like, I think it's like it's worth buying, but not at the price it is. So it's $30, which I think is just too much for it. But they had it, you could grab it, and whatever the heck 30% off $29.99 is, it's a good deal. I think it's, I mean, 30% off of 30 would be $10. So technically I only got this for 20 bucks. $19.99 for this? Heck yeah, man. Why not? So the next big thing that I grabbed was something that's been on my list since it came out, but just is too expensive. We ended up grabbing a Lava Panther, which, from my understanding, is pretty similar to Phantom's Dragon's Tears, which is the same price. Phantom's Dragon's Tears is one of my favorites. So we get to try this out. Unfortunately, I mean, it ended up ripped right there. It came from the stand that way. I think it's going to be okay. But no way to find out until we light the thing, after all. But yeah, good nitrocellulose on this one, etc. At this point, I was at 110 bucks, and I've spent, even with, you know, 110 bucks, even with the discount. Like I said in the regular pickup video, people are going to be like, wow, you spent, you know, they're going to be like, 30% off at TNT is not a good deal. I know. Trust me, I know. This stuff is still very overpriced. But it's better. But anyways, at this point I was at 110 bucks. didn't want to spend that much more. I could have gotten like Ellie. I was looking at Ellie. They had that there. Some other stuff I was looking at. Beatbox was still there. And they had, what else did they have? They still had some Neon Forces left and stuff like that. But I opted to go for the new for this year. I just ended up getting the Dino 2-pack to finish it off. I was thinking of getting fairy wands and ninja sticks, as they actually had some of these left, but you know what? I'm a fountain guy. I don't need sparklers. This is good enough. So anyways, this is new for this year. I forget what the exact lore is. I think Roar is Purple Rain, and then Stomp is Short Stacks. And then, here. Just to kind of prove my point here, they are literally the exact same diameter, weight, and stuff like that. So, that's how I spent my 30% off sale. Altogether, including tax, ended up being like $121 or something like that. So, ended up getting 6 more fountains. And now I got, you know, we got a pretty good start on next year already. I mean, some of the stuff, like the Centennial stuff, I don't think I'm ever going to end up lighting. But if you can find an open TNT stand on July 5th, go by there. See if they're doing any discounts. And then, you know, it's kind of fun, honestly, shopping without a list. Because, you know, it's you gotta know your stuff. And one of the ladies at the stand commented, she's like, "Well, you're not, you know, you just seem to, you know, you're not thinking about this much. You seem to know what you want." And I said, "Well, I'm a bit of a firework fanatic, and I study all this stuff." So, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed. It's a shame that these have to live in a box for a year. I mean, I guess I could go light them whenever I want, but you know what? They're going to live in a box for a year. And judging by what we have left, I think we're going to need a bigger box.